Middle East Africa Future Technologies Conference 2022. I would like to remind you that this is the final day for the conference. You can watch the previous sessions of our distinguished speakers on the. We shared it on the comments section of the event on LinkedIn and also on YouTube. The final session, this is like a bonus session. I will deliver it. It will be about reskilling youth and women in Middle East Africa region using or through advanced technologies. I would like to remind our guests that we will mute audio and video during the session. You can use the chat box below to ask your question. The speaker will answer questions in chronological order, and we will skip repeated questions. We will try to, of course, this is like the final session, so, but we will try to stick to the time that we set. And the recording will be shared with you in the comments of the event on LinkedIn. I'm Ahmed Khalil, co-founder, executive board member, advisor for several startups, technical colleges, blockchain projects in Estonia, Georgia, Australia, Saudi Arabia, Egypt, and the British Virgin Islands. I have more than 20 years of experience in education, TVET, blockchain, business, and project management, with 3 master degrees in international education, executive business administration, and digital currency and blockchain. I'm a PCC and also certified executive leadership, transformative, and team coach. I will share with you the slides, and we will start the session, and then you can ask the questions, and hopefully we will answer all your questions. Can you see my screen?
Yes, we
yes.
can see.
Thank you. Our topic today, it's in this session, it's about reskilling MEA region youth and women through future technologies. This was part of a plan, a strategic plan that we created that in order to solve the challenges that the countries with high debt rates and economic problems have. So what I'm going to discuss in this session, it's just like part of the medium and long-term solutions for these challenges. Other parts of the strategy and the solutions, it is supposed to be discussed with the countries like, for example, Sri Lanka, Lebanon, Zambia, and so on, if they are interested in finding non-traditional and non-orthodox solutions for their current huge challenges. The facts that we have about this region of the world, the Middle East and Africa, we have some interesting facts. For example, like 9 of the 10 poorest countries in the world, it's based in this region, in the MEA region. For example, Burundi is the poorest country according to the gross national income per capita in US dollars, followed by Somalia, Mozambique, Madagascar, Sierra Leone, and the others, Central African Republic, Liberia, Niger, and Democratic Republic of Congo. So 9 out of 10 of the poorest countries, it's in this region. So this is part of like the huge challenges that this region faces. Another interesting fact is that out of the 12 countries that have the highest debt ratio against its gross domestic product. We have Sudan, Lebanon, Cape Verde, Libya, and Bahrain. These 5 countries out of 12, they are in this region as well. So this is also a very big challenge for these countries because they have to make up for the difference. Even if not now, it will be in the future. So they have to think about solutions for this type of challenge. And these solutions, it should not be traditional, because traditional solutions might not bring them to where they want to be. Another interesting fact is that 6 out of 10 countries with the highest default risk in this year, 6 of these countries, it's in the MEA region. These countries, some of which are already facing, like default, and some of even that are not part of the top 10 has defaulted, like for example Lebanon and Sri Lanka. So this is also a huge challenge, that how these countries are going to make up for the debts and pay the installments in the time it should be paid at. In addition to that, there is the population. Some see it as a challenge, some see it as an opportunity. This depends on what we are talking about now, like the reskilling of this population. It can be a challenge if the population is not skilled and not productive. But if the population is productive and it's skilled, it can turn into an opportunity that helps in solving problems for the local economies and for the countries. Some of the countries in the MEA region, we have Nigeria, we have Congo, we have Ethiopia. By 2050, they will be in the top 10 countries with the highest population. So this should drive them to think about like what we can prepare for such a future. Reskilling is part of the answer. Also, part of the facts that we have 3 countries in this MEA region, especially in the Middle Eastern part of the region, they are in the top 10 countries that have natural resources. For example, Saudi Arabia, it has natural resources that are worth around $34 trillion, followed by Iran with $27 trillion worth of natural resources, followed by Iraq, which has around $16 trillion of natural resources. So this can be seen as an opportunity that requires skilled population in order to make use of these resources and turn it into an opportunity. If we look at the changes that will happen within by 2030 regarding the GDP of the top 10 countries, we have 2 countries in the MEA region that are candidates to be in the top 10 economies of the world. Notably, Egypt, which is in another slide, is shown as on the verge of defaulting debt. But from the same website, which is Visual Capitalist, it has promising prospect to be the top achieving economy with 583% positive change as one of the top 10 leading economies of the world, followed by India, and on the third place, a MEA region country, which is Turkey, with 314%. So this also drives us to think like how this wealth can be used in the future, accompanied with the educated and reskilled population in order to improve local economies and the lives of people in this region. How do we turn these challenges into opportunities? An article that I found in a publication by IMF, International Monetary Fund, in 1997, it was talking about why is China growing so fast. So in 1997, they were describing what happened in China since 1978. And some of the points that they highlighted is that China encouraged the formation of rural enterprises and private businesses. This was one of the keys that helped China move into being the moving into being the #1 economy by 2030. In addition to that, they invested in industrial production and in education of its workforce. And so this shows us that what China did, and as I can see also followed by India, both countries, they invested in reskilling the population. So nowadays we can see citizens from both countries leading international companies like, for example, Google and Microsoft. They are contributing in some of the emerging technologies that we were talking about in the conference, like AI, blockchain, digital twins, and so on. So this shows us that the model of reskilling population and incubating them to open their own businesses is one of the keys to leverage local economies. This is where we thought about a medium to long-term solution for the challenges that are facing MEA region countries and other countries like Sri Lanka and Lebanon. It's through reskilling the population, train, coach, and mentor parts of the population within the advanced technologies domain like AI, blockchain, digital twins, Internet of Things, robotics, drones, agriculture technology, health technology, and similar future technologies. Once you train them, coach them, and mentor them, you can help in incubating them later on. So you can incubate them and continue to coach and mentor them for two purposes. In order to create more startups and small, medium enterprises that will increase employability of others and also improve local economy and GDP on the long run. Once this happens, with what we call sustainable equity, like for example, if the government is creating, is helping in funding this model, or local businesses, they can have a part of equity in these businesses and startups that are created, and then two things can happen, which is reinvest in the same model, like create more companies and increase the companies which will leverage the economy, local economy on the long run, and it will nationalize these technologies. and help improve the lives of the population, and in the same time invest part of the profits that come out of these companies uh, in three main sectors, which are food, water, and energy. Because, for example, what we have seen in Sri Lanka and also in Lebanon is that once the shortage happens in any of these three sectors, it starts to create political and economic turmoils and instability. So investing part of the profits that is the outcome of this model, we suggest it would go to these three sectors as well, in addition to reinvesting in more models. Another part of the solution to fund this model was that we thought about funding it through international donors and local government, private sector, which can have some sort of equity that on the long run will be useful for them, if it's for profit and not for and not an NGO or like an not-for-profit donation. A third model was also DAOs, decentralized autonomous organizations, which I can speak, I can explain if you want, if you didn't hear about this term before. Decentralized autonomous organizations, which is some sort of grassroots created on the blockchain in order to provide mutual funding that is transparently managed by the participants of the DAO. So they can participate using the voting system in order to fund projects that they want to fund. Also, we thought about crowdfunding and crowd equity. And this is an example of a DAO that you can have a look in order to explore what it's all about. Another part of the solution was how can the population think about reskilling, about showing their skills and easy to use verification of their skills and education. So the solution, it should issue verified credentials and skills, which is the role of the schools, universities, training companies, and even governments, ministries of education and higher education. And then it should allow the youth and women to share verified credentials and skills easily, which is can be done on the individual level. And then the companies that are looking for prospect employees and human resources, they can verify the skills of the workforce that joins them easily. And then this model can be repeated as well. We provided a model for this that is economic and that can be conducted on a large scale using blockchain with the help of our partners. So this model can be applied for through the link below. This is a quick overview of the challenges and opportunities that that occur in the MEA region, and how can reskilling and the solutions regarding reskilling can help overcome these challenges. I'm open for questions.
Thank you, Ahmed, for this amazing session. Um, yeah, so would you like to explain a little bit more about, crypto and blockchain?
A blockchain, it's one of the advanced technologies, just like AI. If we consider that the AI, artificial intelligence, it's talking about the processing of data in order to find new solutions and new outcomes. Blockchain, it's a decentralized, immutable, and transparent database, distributed database that cannot be changed. Like once you record anything on the blockchain, it's there forever, depending on which blockchain you are using. So it can be used as a technology. It has thousands of applications, one of which is digital currencies and digital assets. But it has many more use cases. For example, it can be used for speeding up the supply chain, like the solution that Egypt implemented a couple of months ago, and saved around like $10 billion every year by using this solution. Also, it can be used for speeding the cross-border transactions and reducing the cost that people pay for moving money across borders. It can also be used for elections, for creating transparent elections. It can be connected to artificial intelligence in order to create, and cameras and IoT devices in order to create surveillance systems that cannot be hacked and cannot be tampered with. So it has thousands of applications. One of these applications is to authenticate and verify educational credentials and skills. In addition to that, it can be used, like for example, one of the use cases, it was using it for NFTs, non-fungible tokens. So it enables artists, governments, and companies of creating digital copies of their own treasures or national heritage, and then getting income from these NFTs. So it has many applications, and it can solve the traditional challenges that many countries and many individuals have.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Ahmed, for this great insight and amazing explanation. And the session was really valuable.
Uh,
So, yeah.
yes, yes.
How do you think about the ethics and privacy concerns in metaverse, privacy issues in metaverse?
It has been, a controversial topic because, for example, harassment happened on metaverse, which was, like it was puzzling for me that people would do that on the metaverse rather than using it for the good. So the metaverse, it's about having avatars. Like, for example, you can be anything other than your real identity on the metaverse. And you can connect that to blockchain, like, for example, Web3, websites that use Web3 and metaverse. They use blockchain wallets instead of passwords and usernames to connect to Web3 and metaverse websites. So all of these technologies, in my opinion, they are connected. Like we can consider artificial intelligence, the processing mind of the future, while blockchain it's the storage mind of the future. IoT, the Internet of Things devices, they are the hands, eyes, and ears of this of the future. Like they sense everything, and people can use them for to extend the sensors, and then connect store this data on blockchain, and then AI processes this and produce new outcomes and new realities.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Ahmed. Thank you for this, amazing session and great uh, perspective as well.
Thank you, Rupa, and I hope you join us next year for this conference. Hopefully, people enjoy the sessions and come back. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Sure. Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Have a good time.
Have a great time. Bye.